Hey everybody, Eddie here. Thanks so much for everybody who came by to say hi at the Fall Festival. I was there representing one of my hobbies of woodworking stuff. So anyways, thanks for stopping by. So as promised, I'm trying to do my best to keep you guys updated in what the real estate market's doing specifically here in Margate. Of course, if you have any questions or comments or you want to know information about a particular city outside of Margate or a county as a whole, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my contact information in the description as well, so you can check it out. Also, I'll put a link there where you're able to download this PDF directly if you want it for your records. So let's jump straight into it. Remember how I was talking about last time was that we're always a month behind. The reason why we're dealing with September numbers and not October numbers as well, because October is not over yet, and they're usually about a month behind so they can calculate all the information. Some definitely interesting things have been happening in the real estate market as a whole. I'm sure you guys are well aware with what the trends are happening. I know some of you did comment on one of the videos, or excuse me, the photo I put about the roller coaster of real estate and kind of guesstimating where we were based on the analysis of the numbers. So let's just take a look at first the September. So remember the columns as they work. The first little batch is about single family homes. The second batch is about townhomes and condos. And the way it works is these first 1, 2, 3 columns are about comparing September of last year to September of this year, as well as the percentage change. And then these 3 columns right here are about January to September of 2017, and then January of September 2018, and then the percentage change. What you're going to see here, we'll just get into it straight out of the gate. Closed sales. So compared from 2017 and 2018, closed sales went down, quite significantly, say by 20%, from 25 to 20. We also see that decrease go from 305 to 281. The other line we'd like to pay attention to is the average sales price. 271,600. It went up to 279,004 or 279,045, which is an increase of 2.7%. And then year over year, we see 258,408 to 278,746, which is an increase of 7.9%. So we look at closed sales, we looked at average sales price. The other 2 lines I like to look at are pending sales. Pending sales are the sales that are not closed yet. They're under contract, and they're tentative to close. Now, things could happen throughout the sales process that prohibits them from closing: bad inspection, rough appraisal, the buyer chooses to move elsewhere, the seller chooses to move elsewhere, so on and so forth. So we see pending sales going from 22 to 30, which is a good significant increase, and we see from here, but year over year, 313 to 302, which is a decrease. Same thing with new listings. We see from 19 to 31, which is an increase, but here we see 287, 426, which is also an increase in terms of the properties entering the market. Now, looking at the single family homes, we can tell a couple of things are happening. As I said, continually, we're starting to see properties, we're continually see properties sell for more than what they have previously. But fewer of them are selling, and there are more homes entering the market. Now, this could create a cocktail of the, not the best results in the world, because as more listings enter the market, what's going to happen is, of course, supply and demand. If supply increases, obviously those supplying will have to modify or decrease their listing price in order to remain competitive, because they can't fight their way to the top. Also, with interest rates increasing, we see that a lot of times the buyers have this kind of power, this idea that it may be the right time to purchase now as opposed to later on, because interest rates may continue to increase. I just had a conversation this morning with a gentleman who actually represents properties here in Margate, and we were talking about the same idea that we may see a switch from buying to renting. So we see more homes entering the market, fewer homes selling, and they're selling for more. Then we also see down in the condos and townhomes, same thing, 3 columns here for September, same columns here year to date. Closed sales in condos and townhomes, 28 to 24 went down, 286 to 259 went down, fewer homes were selling. Average sales price 106 from last year, 94 to this year. 96 to 111, so year over year, or year to date, we see an increase. And then we see pending sales 15 to 34, 286 to 298, both increasing. And then we see new listings 10 to 30. And then we see a 367 to 380, so increase. Once again, we're seeing it here a little play out a little differently. Last September was a little bit stronger for condos and townhomes as opposed to this year. Fewer homes are selling, but year to date they are going up in terms of the sales price. And then the pending, we go from we go up, and new listings we go up again. So we see the same trends relatively happening in the single family and the townhome and the condo communities, where we have more properties entering the market, more properties entering into the pending sales status. They're selling for more money, and there are fewer of them closing. So we can see definitely that this trend could potentially, this trend could lead to our the downfall, the down dip in the real estate roller coaster. Going further down, now this is a fascinating chart to see because this chart shows us a couple more things. We see the orange line being Margate, the gray line being the greater Fort Lauderdale MLS, as well as the Palm Beach MLS. The MLS is the system which all realtors contribute to that allows us to keep track of properties available, pending sales, properties that have closed. It allows all the analytics to gather in one place. Now this is utterly fascinating. I was talking to one of the people that stopped by at the Fall Festival in length about this, about how numbers in 2008 for Margate, we have now exceeded those numbers. We see that it was a steady climb from the bottom, which is like roughly like, let's say 2000, end of 2011, steady climb upward over the last 6 years to where we are now. We're even exceeding the trend from the greater Fort Lauderdale and the West Palm Beach County. In the townhome and condo world, we don't have, that trend hasn't been so drastic in terms of the increase, but we do see as a whole over the market, we see that the numbers are not there yet in terms of the 2008 numbers, but we've always seen that kind of contingency happen in the condo and townhome world because of the mere fact that condos and townhomes, there aren't as many people, in my opinion, looking for them because of the associations, rental restrictions, so on and so forth. They are selling, it's just maybe they're not as highly sought after as the single family home. So we see September's numbers. Once again, the numbers don't lie. It shows us that we're reaching an all-time high in terms of sales price. It's showing us that fewer homes are selling, more houses are entering the market. So if one is considering selling their property, I would say within the next couple of months, definitely a good idea to contemplate it more thoroughly. Of course, if I can help in any way possible, my information is always in the description as well as it's here on the forum directly. Feel free to call, text, or email any way I can. But before I let you go this afternoon, I'm going to also do a side-by-side comparison of the previous analytics as well. So looking here, let's put them side by side. Looking side by side, my apologies. Let's get them side by side. They want to go side by side. There we go. Okay. So let's look at them as best as possible. Try to squeeze them all into one page as closely as possible. Maybe a little small, but there's a point to this madness. So, like the same way you would check your blood work from comparing it to the last time you got the blood work, you want to do the same thing with the analytics based off of the real estate market. So we see in August, the dip down wasn't as drastic with closed sales as opposed to September. We can also see year over year, there was a greater dip in September as well. Average sales price increase of 5.2. We see here year to year, it's only 2.7. We can see also 7.9 as opposed to 8.4. So going not as radically different when you go month to month, year to year. Then you go to pending sales, 33 to 31, 61%. Here you have 27 to 30, it's 36. And then we have 19 to 31 in terms of new listings entering the market. And then in here we saw 44 to 46. So we see more people entering the market. I think we're seeing more people, or not I think, you can tell people are entering the market because of the mere fact that they're considering everything that's going on with the real estate world as a whole, be it interest rates, be it upcoming elections, be it sales prices, so on and so forth. Looking in the condo world, we see here, scrolling down just a bit, we can see here as well, a comparison occur also. Let's see, zoom in, okay, there we go. So we see 35 to 27 closed sales, from here it's 28 to 24. The dip wasn't as drastic. It's similar year to date, 9.4 as compared to 9.3. The average sales price 95 to 123 when compared year to year, and then we see 106 to 94 year to year. So we do see that we do see that definitely interesting trend happening here where it went up and then it went down when you compare the year to year. We also see here, if we were to go month to month, 127,573 as opposed to August, but then here in September we're sitting at 94,901. That's a significant dip. You can see the same thing, let's see here, 281,705 to 279,045. So once again, another dip compared month to month, August to September. We're looking also down here, pending sales 41 to 37. We see here 15 to 34, and then 10 to 30, and then we see here 30 to 50. Even compared to month, we had 37, now we have 34. We had 50 new listings entering the market. This month we had 30 entering the market. And once again, you can see the upward trend. It hasn't differed all that much in terms of what we see going on. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys find these videos useful. I believe education is definitely the key when it comes to this. So if I can help in any way possible, feel free to call, text, or email. My information's here above, as well as in the description. And I'll be bringing some of my hobby stuff over to the Winter Fest thing we're going to have in December. So I hope to see you there as well. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.